New York has always been known as a city of great parks, but as we grow, and we're projecting to grow to 9 million residents over the next 20 years or so, we have got to be more creative in the way that we find parkland. Two of great examples of really inventive reuse of other types of property have been the High Line and Brooklyn Bridge Park. The High Line was an unused rail freight line that snaked its way through West Chelsea on the west side of Manhattan. Brooklyn Bridge Park was a bunch of piers that really were dramatically underutilized. Over the last few years, we've turned both into spectacular new parks. But it's not just about developing the parks, it's thinking about the communities that surround them. So in West Chelsea, around the High Line, the city rezoned the entire area so that we could see additional development, smart development, that would occur in conjunction with the development of the park. And billions of dollars have now been invested in West Chelsea, in large part as a result of the High Line, one of New York's premier tourist attractions, now drawing over 4 million people a year. The High Line, for example, was developed completely in conjunction with a not-for-profit, Friends of the High Line. Brooklyn Bridge Park, the initial impetus for it was a not-for-profit group that formed residents within the community. The Bloomberg administration has used public-private partnerships in all sorts of different ways to raise money, to provide skills that the city didn't have, and on and on. We believed very strongly, I know the Bloomberg administration still believes, that they have to be a tool in our kit in order to really move the city forward. That's especially true in an era in which the resources of municipal governments, state governments, in fact, national governments are going to be increasingly constrained. We have sold sponsorships to corporations to help fund tourism efforts, which have resulted in enormous increases in the number of visitors in New York. So there are so many different ways that we need to work with the private sector, and it does require sort of a knowledge of the private sector to be able to work effectively with them.